The following is a presentation of Paola Sports Live. It's time for Panther Sports. On your new home for Paola High School athletics, Paola Sports Live. Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Learn more at gobrawley.com. Also by Elliott Group. Hers Incorporated. Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. And Miami County Dance Movement. This is Paola Athletics. On your new home for the Panthers, Paola Sports Live.
High school football is back and upon us as it's Paola versus Bonner Springs on the road for week one. Paola looking for their third straight Frontier League championship, and it begins here tonight on the road with a road test in Bonner Springs. Jackson Mielman alongside John Roshkolb here on the call. It's Paola coming in ranked 8th in Class 4A as their season ended last season to St. James Academy.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough loss to go through the regular season and the first round of playoffs undefeated. Not facing a lot of challenges, but then kind of run into that St. James team that just kind of came out of nowhere.
And that St. James team, the 9 seed in 4A, went all the way to the championship, beating Lewisburg, upsetting the number 1 seeded Paola, upsetting Bishop Miege, and going on to win the 4A Class State Championship. Lewisburg finishing the year last year 9-1 as their season ended with their one loss in the state playoffs. This year, though, they replaced 20 starters. They have 18 seniors on the team. Only Giovanni Blackie and Max Douglas coming back. Douglas, the corner. Blackie is going to play corner in their star running back tonight. We're going to see a lot of Giovanni Blackie tonight. Some guys gone, though. John, Paola, I talked to Mike, Coach Dumpert this week as he enters his 23rd season. He really thought Garrett Williams last year was the best quarterback he ever had in his tenure here at Paola. They're going to miss him a lot. He threw 25 touchdowns last season. But like we said, he wants to run first, and we're going to see a lot of Blackie tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming over to the Paola Sports Live crew after my season last year with Tonganoxie, that was a lot of folks said that was the kind of premier game of the season for both teams. It was an absolute dogfight down in Paola. The game, it was a one-touchdown game, and it really just came down to who was going to have the ball last. And, again, Paola was able to kind of ride their quarterback to a good win. Not to discount Giovanni Blackie. He just, he's hard to miss, but
Blackie, he won all the accolades. So did Garrett Williams. They're also going to miss wide receiver Bo Robinson at over 600 receiving yards. Talking to Coach Numper as well Wednesday, he really felt like his receivers last year were one of the best receiving corps he's ever had here. And then on the defensive side of the ball, they're going to miss linebacker Fletcher Oddie. It's a whole new team with Paola this year, but that's what the fun of high school football is. There's lots of turnover every single year.
Absolutely, and again, the good thing about this is that a lot of the kids are out here playing for the love of the game, love of the community. A lot of guys are getting recruited. They've got the opportunity to play at the next level. But, there's even the guys that aren't, that are just kind of that, looking to go on to become a student in college. They're still out there performing, putting in the work, practices, starting off with 2-a-days in the summer and the heat and the humidity. Remember those days from high school. Didn't love waking up for them, but the getting to put on the helmet and the pads and strap up Friday night, it made up for all of the hard work you put in.
Yeah, that was one of those things I never did. I only played baseball in my high school career, so I never had to wake up in those summers for football. Moving on to Bonner Springs, Paola's opponent. Last year they finished 1-6. Their only win was a win against Ottawa, but they returned 23 seniors tonight.
That's a luxury for any coach to have when you've got guys with that much experience coming back. When you can start a full team on both sides of the ball with 4-year players, that's a luxury for a high school coach.
And it'll be a first game ever in the David Blazevich era, as it's his first year taking over this Bonner Springs program. So we'll take our first break here, and when we come back, we'll have more here on the pregame show. You're listening to Paola Sports Live. We'll be right back.
And Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast, priced right, with plans starting at $34.95. No throttling, no tricks, more upload speed, and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley. It just works.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is the area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you place that faulty trimmer or mower, bring it to Hers and let their experts get you back to work. Hers also takes care of hydraulic hoses, cylinder reseal, and mechanical control cables, such as push-pull, brake, throttle, and more. Plus, they carry quality equipment like Bobcat mowers, Steiner tractors, grass trimmers, and more. Hers is even a UPS drop-off station. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
All right. Yeah, welcome back, everybody, to the Iron Horse and Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show. Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Experience a new kind of internet with Go Brawley. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Pre-game show is brought to you by Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics, where they are committed to providing quality health care to families in Miami County. Comprehensive approach to oral care, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. Learn more at ironhorsedental.com or drlaurasortho.com. So, as we're back here on the pregame show, and let's break down last year's game. Paola scored on every single possession they had, winning it 63-0, totaling over 500 yards of offense. 368 of those were on the ground, 149 yards in the air. As the game started, they put up, I believe it was 28-0 at the end of the first quarter. Garrett Williams had 5 total touchdowns in the game, 2 passing, 3 in the air. Giovanni Blackie also had 2 scores in the game, as he had 8 carries for 168 yards and 2 scores. We're going to hear that name a lot tonight and a lot this season, as they're going to use him. He's their workhorse back. Talking to Coach Dumpert Wednesday night, he just said he does things that you can't teach, and it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, Giovanni Black is, having watched him just that one game, I saw a lot of flashes of brilliance. It reminded me a lot of Barry Sanders and kind of some of his motions and his ability to kind of cut through, just find the holes and the seams. And he's definitely got the potential, certainly to play at the next level. I guess the only question is going to be how high, whether he's playing on Saturdays at the Division I level or Division II. Again, sky's the limit for that young man.
And for Bonner Springs, John, what do you think it's going to take tonight if they want to pull off this win against Paola?
Well, you touched on it. A new coach coming in with a new kind of a new mindset. That's a good thing for them because a team that finished with just one win last year and got shut out very handily by this Paola squad. I think they've got to have kind of a short memory and be able to say, hey, this is a new season, new year. We've got 23 seniors that have the talent and the love of the game to get out and kind of push through and just kind of forget the history.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, now let's move into our starting lineups here. Time for a chamber connection.
Number 73, Jaden Flores. At center, a junior, number 57, Charlie.
Alrighty, well, starting lineups here. We'll start here for Paola. Starting on the offensive side of the ball. At left tackle will be Dalton Pysick. At left guard will be Cale Murdoch. At center will be Cody Hendrickson. At right guard will be Eli Richmond. And at right tackle will be Grant Solano. At tight end will be Caden Ramey. At running back will be Giovanni Blackie. The wide receivers for the Panthers tonight are Logan Newkirk and Christopher Lohas Fast. Starting quarterback tonight is Trey Moala, 6'6", quarterback. And
I saw Trey Moala play quite a few games for the Braves on the basketball court, and height is a valuable quality in any sport, particularly football at the quarterback. Because being able to have that elevation, kind of see over the line, over that scrum in front of you.
Yeah, and that's one of those things. He's not going to be as fast as Garrett Williams was last year, but he's going to be more of that pocket passer that Paola's going to have going on this year. And he's very athletic, and he's going to be able to see anywhere over the line of scrimmage.
Taking a quick look at the weather report tonight. The Weather Channel lied. We thought there was going to be, we were going to make it through with no rain. Not so much. About 45 minutes ago, we had a few drops. So we had enough time to kind of pack up our gear, bring it downstairs to the press box, and now it's raining pretty steadily, as you'll see when we cut over. It's not dumping down, but it's not exactly a drizzle either. So it'll be interesting to see how.
Good enough to play football, though.
Well, I mean,
you got the nice turf field here out in Bonner Springs, and believe me, I've called on bigger rain. I called a game out in Galena, Kansas, on a grass field on a rainy day, and I don't even know how we got through the game. It was a mud fest.
That's one of the things that as a player, as an offensive, defensive tackle, and a kicker of all things, in high school, and that was those games where it was wet and muddy. Those were always the most fun. You come out dirty, you come out messy. But, that's when you really see the strength of the offensive line, and how their technique is able to work. Because if they're able to keep their feet under them, even when the conditions are slippery and muddy, it's not, not great, definitely not pretty weather. But, that's when you really know your offensive line coach is doing his job and teaching those young men good technique. So,
absolutely.
Team captains J.D. Andrzejewski, Tony Caballero, Jay Smith, Aiden Wilson.
So as we finish up from our sponsors here, time for our Chamber Connection, brought to you by Paola Chamber of Commerce. The Paola Chamber is always working to promote business in Paola and surrounding areas. The Paola Chamber reminds you to shop local first. To learn more, call 913-294-4336 or visit paolachamber.org.
pardon us as we have a little issue with our scoreboard camera. kind of things getting bumped around here. We're gonna.
We'll get this fixed.
Well, we got it. You know, when in doubt, there's nothing that enough tape cannot fix.
Exactly. And our opening kickoffs, starting lineup is brought to you by Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill. Your area Bobcat mower dealer start next year's mowing season with a great job.
Paola has chosen to defer.
Bobcat mower, or take your mower in for a full tune-up working on all types of small engines.
Spotter will
Hers
receive
also
the
has you covered when it comes to hydraulic courses and cylinder repair. To learn more, go to hersinc.net or call 913-247-3530.
As you might have heard, Paola won the toss, elected to defer. Bonner Springs choosing to receive the kickoff to start the game.
Yeah, as we get things started here, should be a fun season. Paola looking for their third straight Frontier League championship. They have lost one Frontier League game in the last 3 years. That loss came at home to Lewisburg 3 years ago. They lost that game 25-7 on October 19th of 2018. It was the final game of the year that year. So they were looking to get to 8-0. Panthers finished that year 9-2.
Giovanni Blackie set to kick off.
Paola coming in ranked 8th in Class 4A.
Did I really just hear what I think I heard? Giovanni Blackie.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not him though. It is Dominic McCoy. He's on the soccer team, Dominic McCoy. I talked to Coach Dumpert. I go, after practice, he was practicing with the soccer team. He came over and just threw some shoulder pads on, kicked about a few extra points, and I go, is that what you do every year? And that's what he does. He holds tryouts with the soccer team and finds his kicker every year. It's a smart strategy.
Absolutely, and at the smaller school level, it's not uncommon to do that. Where you've got a nice. As we touched on early, the weather is very definitely going to play a factor here. As that kick fell down and
James Andrzejewski just did the smart play of falling on it. Dangerous play.
Kind of lucky there to not cough up the ball.
Place at the 10-yard line. Will be first and 10.
So starting quarterback for Bonner Springs is Jace Smith. We'll see a lot of Bonner Springs players playing both sides of the field. Saw that last year when I was with Lewisburg. Pretty much their whole offense and defense played two ways. We won't see that much with Paola, and Jace Smith keeps it. Not much room there as he's tackled down.
Tackle made by Maxwell Douglas.
It was Maxwell Douglas, one of the returning starters. Second down and 8 coming up. Second down and 8. Smith in shotgun form. And he hands it off. Bulldozes his way is Peyton Parks. We see Parks tonight playing both sides of the field. Not much room. Third down coming up. 3rd and 5. So Parks is able just to pick up 3. And this is what we saw last year. Going back to the film, watching this game, lots of 3 and outs to begin the first quarter for Bonner Springs. Paola was all over him. 3rd down and 5. Smith keeps it himself. And near the first down marker, and he's got it. Needed 5, he gets 6. And Smith gets the first down of the night for Bonner Springs.
Bring the ball out to the 13. Not correct. Actually, 23.
Bonner Springs, they're going to have to put together a 90-yard drive after the slip and the poor weather. Smith keeps himself. Gets around the outside. He's got room. He's got a first down and more. Down the sideline he goes. It's a big gain, and Bonner Springs has another first down. Smith showing his athleticism, getting outside.
And like I said in the pregame show, one of the biggest key for this Bonner Springs squad is just remembering that, hey, this is a brand new coach, new season, full of new possibilities, and shake off that weather-related flub on the first kickoff. And
oh, absolutely. First down and 10. Motions his man. Flip, little shovel pass up top. There's James Andrzejewski. Picks up 5 yards on the pass. And that's that little jet sweep forward pass. Andy Reid of the Kansas City Chiefs invented that play a few years ago. And now everybody, high school, college, NFL, has incorporated that play just right there. Yeah. Second down and 5 coming up.
9:55 to go in the first quarter.
Parks lines up to the right of Smith. Smith's going to keep it himself. Follows a block. Not much room to go.
Quarterback keeper by Smith.
Wrapped up by Leighton Moore there.
Tackle made by Leighton Moore.
Third down and 3 here. Look for it to be 4 down territory for Bonner Springs if they don't pick this up. Putting together already a nice offensive drive. Parks to his right. 3 wide receivers to his right, 1 to the left. Smith's going to keep it himself. And not much room to go. He's wrapped up there by Leighton Moore, the senior.
Back-to-back tackles from the senior there. Again,
Tackle made by Moore.
Not biting on the fakes and just kind of tracking the ball from the snap. And
yeah, Leighton Moore did a good job flying in the linebacker spot. We're going to see a lot of him tonight.
No gain on the play.
4th down and 3. Braves keeping their offense on the field. I've aired it out once tonight on just a little jet touch pass. Look for him to try to get to the outside again. They may use a timeout here. And that's what they're going to do. Coach Blazevich knows they need this first down. They're going to need as many points as they can get tonight if they want to knock off Paola. Coach Dumpert, 5-0 all-time for Bonner Springs, going back to 2004. Paola's been one of those powerhouse programs in high school football. They are 5th all-time in wins in the state of Kansas.
that's really impressive considering some of the great teams that come out of the Wichita area. Wichita North, Wichita Northwest, both solid teams. Obviously North produced Barry Sanders, mentioned him earlier, and
absolutely, lots of good players have come out of Kansas high schools. They trail behind Lawrence Frontenac, Smith Center, Pittsburgh, and Silver Lake. And then Paola sitting there at 654 wins. Lawrence on top with 759. The only team who's equipped 759. But Frontenac, who had a very good team last year, looks to get over 700 wins this year.
After the timeout, it'll be 4th and 3 for the Bonner offense.
4th and 3 out of the Bonner Springs timeout. What do you expect them to run here, John?
Honestly, seeing the 2 receivers either side, they're trying to make sure that they get respect, but
just a quarterback draw. It's going to be close. Both teams
the,
pointing both ways.
Quarterback keeper by Smith.
If the spot sticks, nope, where they spotted it, I think they're going to come up just an inch or 2 short.
And they are, so Paola gets a big stop there, and they'll take over on downs.
Will be turnover on downs.
So that was a smart play again. Put both receivers out in the either side of the formation, kind of
Will be 1st and 10 for Paola.
try and make Paola respect the possibility, but in a game where there's we've already seen bobbled handles on the ball, that's kind of an easy thing for Paola to say, nah, we're not gonna
expect them just to run it all night. And Paola fumbles the football but tosses it out to Blackie. Blackie's going to pick up around 7 yards there. Trey Paola making his first ever start.
Carried by Giovanni Blackie.
Good recovery there as take the pistol shot and you kind of drop a little bit and then
Good for a gain of about 5.
still able to get it out into the hands of Blackie and let him do the hard work there.
Second down and 5 coming up. Second and 4. Paola under center. Blackie right behind him. 2 wide receivers to the right. Paola hands it off, and not much room there. Pick up of 2 yards.
Carried by Leighton Moore.
Leighton
Tackle
Moore,
made by Tony Caballero.
not much room.
No gain on the play.
Paola's got a run first
Bring up
offense.
3rd down and 4.
3rd and 4. Paola under center. Moore in the backfield. Paola is going to keep it himself and use that big 6'6" frame. Pick up about 8 yards for the first down.
Quarterback keeper by Trey Paola.
Right at the 50-yard line for Paola.
Gain of about 7 yards and a Paola first down.
First down of the game for Paola. So now around right at midfield, 50-yard line. First down and 10. I formation, Blackie in the backfield. They hand it off straight up the gut, and Blackie gets about 5 yards. His second touch of the night. He's got 10 yards on the ground. Zero score, 6:25 to go here in the opening quarter. Talked about last year, Paola had their way with Bonner Springs, scoring on every single possession they had a few defensive touchdowns as well, some blocked punts in that game. It's Blackie again,
Carried by Blackie.
flying his way up for another first down by Paola. And Paola's on the move.
Tackle made by Caballero.
It was Antonio Caballero with the stop. First and 10 coming up.
First down and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Back to the eye. Blackie in the backfield. They hand it off to the fullback. Breaks a few tackles is Leighton Moore. And Leighton Moore stumbles his way around the 19-yard line, picking up another first down for the Panthers.
Good for a gain of about 12
Great work there by the offensive line, kind of creating that hole for Moore to come.
Brought down by Brandon McGrath.
Right, it's like sealing off the end, pushing Bonner Springs inside and clearing a huge lane for Moore to run through.
First and 10 from the 20. First trip of the season in the red zone. We'll see what Paola can do if they can capitalize. Moore's at fullback. The motion Douglas. And not much room there. There's Blackie. Wrapped up, tripped up there
By Blackie.
by Brandon Andrew.
Brought down by Brandon Andrew. Gain of about a yard. Brings up second down and 9.
Second down and 9 coming up. And talking to Dumper, he really talked about he made a move. He talked about Giovanni Blackie making a move the other day at their jamboree that you just can't coach. And he says he's just got every football move, he's got such a high football IQ. Play action pass here. Moala's pass is behind his receiver and Maxwell Douglas.
Pass for Paola is incomplete. Intended for Maxwell Douglas.
And if he would have led Douglas,
Bring
a
up
big
first
play.
Yeah, Douglas had plenty of open field in front of him. Just having to reach back with a little bit of wet gloves, wet football. Kind of awkward.
Third down and 9. Paola's going to be an aggressive team, too. They will go for a lot. Toss it outside. Moore spins. Wrapped up. Nowhere to go. He's taken down by Nicholas Fortin, the junior.
Tackle for a loss by Nick
And
Fortin.
4th and long coming up for the Panthers. We'll see what they want to do.
We'll bring up 4th down and 11.
Decent win from the back. A 40-yard field goal if they opt for that, but it looks like they're going to leave the offense on the field and take their chances.
Watching Dominic McCoy in practice, he looks like he's got the leg for a 40-yarder, but you know, these wet conditions, probably not something you want to attempt. 4th and 11. Paola, look, drops back, throws a fade, back of the end zone. Newkirk hauls it in, touchdown, Paola! Trey Paola, second pass of the game goes to Logan Newkirk, and the Panthers are on the board first.
In the end zone for Paola touchdown.
Yeah, apologies for the camera work there. Just trying to keep the scoreboard camera from falling out of the window, but
What a throw. Moala had to make a perfect pass. It was just a fade route on 4th and 11, about 23 yards out, and Newkirk hauls it in.
great work by Newkirk on that route, you know, just getting around his defender, finding a space in the end zone, and
Extra point
up and good.
is good.
Extra point by Dominic McCoy is good.
And that is one of the things they really, I watched that practice. I mean, you want to talk fundamentals. They really own in on the fundamentals. Extra points, lots of punts. I mean, you saw a lot of that Wednesday night. They expect to be a very fundamental sound football team, especially on special teams. 7-0 our score, 3:46 to go. We'll keep it here. Bonner Springs will gear up for their next possession. So John, Paola picks up where they left off last year. March right down the field and score after the stop.
Yeah, look, I mean, they had a couple little hiccups there, so we were kind of like, you know, are they going to do it? But then that on that last play, Moala and you said, nope, this is Paola football. We're going to just keep it going. We know what we're doing. We can find the routes, find the openings, and yeah, you know, he just shook off that you know, the pass a couple plays ago where he, you know, was behind his receiver and just.
That was just a beautiful ball, Moala. They played to their strengths, that's for sure. They ran down there, and when they had to pass, they got it. Just like we have seen Paola Panther football on the back. Dominic McCoy to kick it off again. It's a short kick. It's going to bounce. And it's fumbled. Loose ball. Who's got it? And it looks like Bonner Springs is going to luck out with it. It goes out of bounds.
Ball will be placed at the 24-yard line. Will be 1st and 10.
So Bonner Springs lucks out there. They've struggled now twice here on special teams on both kickoffs.
In fairness, though, not the craziest special teams action. So, you know, again, talked last year about was with Tonganoxie, and so a little bit in one of their games, saw a little bit of confusion. Tongi kicked off, and kicker put it into the corner, and the opposing return man just kind of watched it, not realizing it was a live ball. Tongi picked it up, scored on the next possession. So.
And Smith hands it off there.
Carried by Peyton Parks.
It was Peyton Parks.
Tackle made by Gus Wright.
Inside draw.
5-yard gain brings
Picks
up
up 5. 2nd down and 5 here. .318 to go. Panthers up 7-0 here in the first quarter. Smith in shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers. And he's going to fake the handoff, keep it himself, spins before he's corralled by Caden Ramey.
Tackle made by Ramey. Gain of 2 yards. We'll bring it 3rd down and 3.
3rd down and 3. Ramey, they kind of play him everywhere. You'll see him at a little bit of wide receiver, see him at some tight end. You're going to see him a lot also at defensive end. Last year he had 14 tackles on varsity. Looks to have a big season, be their star defensive player this year. Lining up at that left defensive end spot. Smith drops back, hands it off. Brandon Andrew tries to get to the edge. Not much room, breaks a tackle in close to the 1st down. Looks like he may be a yard short. Looks like it's going to be about 4th in inches. Look for Bonner Springs regardless to go for it. So they're going to give it a measure here. 2:15 to go, opening quarter. And they measure.
Referee signal first down, and
For a gain of about 3 yards. Just enough for a Brave. 1st down.
so it is Braves' 1st down after the measure. 3rd 1st down for Bonner Springs so far this quarter. And Trace is got nowhere to go. Jay Smith wrapped up here.
Quarterback keeper by Smith.
It's Grant Solano.
Tackle made by Clayton Forrest.
picks up a couple yards there.
Clayton Forrest, makes a stop. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Ball spotted at the 36. Paola trying to get another stop, get their offense back on the field. Braves are going to spread it out. 3 to the right. Smith rolls, throws it. He's got his man. It's a 1st down. It's James Andrzejewski. Hauls it in. It's a gain of nearly 20 yards.
Andrzejewski.
Zeller able to wrap him up and take him out just on the other side of the 50-yard line. Probably a touchdown-saving tackle there because Andrzejewski had the sideline and plenty of room.
Yeah, safeties were late getting over. They lined up 3 to the left, just like they're doing again. See what Smith has in store here. Gonna keep it himself. He's got a hole before he goes down. Taken down by Clayton Forrest.
Keeper by Smith. Brought down by Forrest.
Forrest's 2nd tackle here on this drive.
5 yards brings up 2nd down and 5.
Pick up a 5, and we're seeing a lot of quarterback keepers tonight so far with Jay Smith. Ball across midfield, spotted at the 43. Hand it off this time, it's Brandon Andrew. Brandon Andrew running backwards and trying to get to the corner, just gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a yard. Not much room there. 3rd and about 5 yards coming up.
Looks like he managed just a yard.
Yeah, he just got back. Anytime you start running backwards, that can be not a good thing.
Yeah, kind of does a little bit of a disaster brewing there, but he's able to, turn on the gas and get out around the pursuit and back to the line of scrimmage and 1. So
go back to 4 wide receivers. Smith trying to get to the outside, and not much room there. He's wrapped up by Leighton Moore.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play, though. We'll see who this is on.
it's on the backside of the Line probably going to be holding against Bonner, but
It can be such a derailing penalty here.
the question there, question for preliminary signal is
Chop block penalty.
Yeah,
chop block,
I believe, that's what they call a
legal
little.
block.
So I'll back them up 15 yards.
You see, it's one of those things with the way the Paola defense has been going. That's almost if it was just a holding, that's almost a hey, maybe we decline the penalty and challenge them to make that 3-yard run. But when it's a chop block and it takes them back full 10,
It's only moving back 10.
makes
But
that decision easy.
You're exactly right. Such a derailing penalty, though. Another nice drive going. The last one, it derailed on downs, almost picking up a first. This time, a penalty. But at the end of the first quarter, it's 7-0 Paola. We'll take our first break here. You're listening to Paola Sports Live. We'll be right back.
Panthers Incorporated in Spring Hill is the area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you place that faulty trimmer or mower, bring it to Hers and let their experts get you back to work. Hers also takes care of hydraulic hoses, cylinder reseal, and mechanical control cables, such as push-pull, brake, throttle, and more. Plus, they carry quality equipment like Bobcat mowers, Steiner tractors, grass trimmers, and more. Hers is even a UPS drop-off station. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net.
Call Huz at
913-247-3530.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Veterinary Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown vets who know and care about your family. Coming soon, a new location here in Paola in the industrial park with cattle haul-in and boarding and grooming. With 24-hour emergency services and 3 other locations in Lewisburg, Drexel, and Martin City, and a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
And welcome back, everybody, to Paola Sports Live. 7-0 our score. Bonner Springs has it for the second time of the night, but 3rd and 14 coming up long, John. What do they got to do here?
And again, they've got to find a way to get that 14 yards. Would not be surprised to see an empty backfield set here. Looks like they have just the one running back.
Yeah, they're going to line up
backfield,
Parks
but
next to Smith. Maybe even so, too, just try to get half the yards back. Smith rolls right, looks to throw, has his man, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. And Bonner Springs is going to have to put on the punting unit. 4th and 14 coming up. Punting unit still not coming on.
yeah, maybe one of those things where, I noticed this. It kind of threw me as well, coming from Wichita, where we had a large population to draw from. But one of the things that I noticed that's smaller is your quarterbacks they have the ability to do both, both throw it, but then they're also given permission to kind of do a little pooch kick just like that.
That's a smart move and smart call by you, John.
Takes it a little bit too far of a bounce, but again, when you don't have a dedicated punter, kickoffs you can work on really easily. It's a skill, it's not that important. Extra points, same thing. Punting, there's a real technique to it. Between the catch, the drop, and if you don't have somebody that does it consistently, it's oftentimes it's best to just teach your quarterback how to do it okay. And get that way, if they drop back and they expect a punt, and you can get that man opening for a pass, take advantage of it. If not, just punt it away. And
A second possession coming up here for the Panthers. Their last drive ended on a Trey Marlowe 23-yard touchdown strike to Logan Newkirk, senior to senior. Marlowe under center.
sideline not liking what they see, audibling in a new play.
And that motion, Blackie and Ramey. Leighton Moore in the backfield. And They toss it left. Not much room there for Leighton Moore. He's gobbled up. And Moore is down, it looks like. And here comes the Paola training staff. Moore holding his knee. This can always be a scary thing, so we'll take a break here. You're listening to Paola Sports Live. We'll be right back.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
At Olathe Health, we perform cutting-edge surgical procedures because changing lives with innovative care drives us, one patient at a time. Olathe Health, advanced healthcare, advancing lives.
If you welcome back, everybody, to Paola Sports Live. 7-0 our score. Moore was able to walk it off as he goes to the sideline. That's a big loss right there for Paola. They've been using Moore tonight on both sides of the field. He's made his presence felt at the fullback position and at the linebacker spot. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Just getting ready to touch on this. The beauty of those boards on the far side is they're easy to read. The downfall is that the person holding the line to gain marker has to push a button on the side of that board, and otherwise it doesn't update. It's awesome in the as you watch it, when that person presses the button, it automatically updates. It measures how far it is from the line of scrimmage marker, but it always requires that manual input.
Absolutely. 3rd down and 2. Blackie picked up 4 there. Talking to Coach Dumper, too, anything short, 4th and short, 3rd and short, they're going for it. I mean, he just has that philosophy. You got to be able to pick up 2 yards. That's a big gain there. Running down the sideline. Looked like it might have been Caden Ramey. It was. Caden Ramey coming in to play the fullback spot and picks up a huge gain and the 1st down.
Good for a gain of about 4 yards and a Paola 1st down.
230-pound frame on that young man, and using every bit of it as he plowed through the line and just rolled down the sideline.
Ramey, he's one of those unique players, able to play so many different positions. I list him as a wide receiver and tight end and a defensive end as well. Coming in to play fullback now for the injured Leighton Moore as he's there now. Panthers go back to the I formation. Blackie in the backfield along with Ramey. It's Newkirk wide to the left. Handed off, Blackie, and nowhere to go. He is gobbled up, and Bonner Springs has done a good job so far tonight, making sure Blackie doesn't beat him.
And doing a great job clogging up the middle of that line and forcing Paola to go around the outside either way. And
Panthers, though, back on the move. Ball spotted at the 29-yard line. They lost a yard there, 2nd and 11. Back in the backfield. Handed off to Ramey. Ramey tries to get to the outside, gets about 4 yards. So he's able to bulldoze his way through the pot.
Carry by Ramey.
Ramey picks up 4. It's 3rd and 7. All was already shown tonight that he's got a beautiful pass. Put some touch on his 1 touchdown tonight. He's 1 for 2. 3rd and 7. Looking to try to get it to Blackie. They do. Blackie gets to the outside, cuts back, bulldozes his way in front and nearly picks up the first down. He does. They needed 7. Blackett gets about 7.5 to 8. And it's a first down for the Panthers, their 5th of the game. Panthers' second trip to the red zone. Have already had some success tonight.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
It's Randy in the backfield. Quarterback keeper here. Moala. Moala, 6'6", 195-pound quarterback. He's going to give teams problems all year long as he picks up 3.
You know, heck, 2 of those can come from him just kind of falling forward. And
Second down and 7.
the one thing with him, he can use his quarterback sneaks. You know, if you have a 4th and inches, just have him use his long arms. Black in the backfield, along with Raymond. Play action. Moala keeps it himself, gets to the edge, and picks up the first down. Gets 8 yards there. And that's another first by Paola. First and goal coming up now for the Panthers.
Good enough for a Paola first down.
Ball spotted on the 6-yard line.
We first and goal from the 7.
Two fullbacks in the backfield along with Blackie. They hand it off. Blackie picks up about 5 yards, gets around the 2-yard line.
Gain of about 4 yards.
great work by the interior of the Paola line there to just launch and kind of create that room for Blackie to roll into.
That's the one thing. Paola's got a pretty big, good-sized offensive line. It's Ramey in the backfield. And they hand it off. Ramey dives over the pile. Touchdown, Paola. It's 13-0. And Ramey gets on the board. Nice move there. Ramey just decided to take it himself over the pile. And Bonner Springs has no answers. Panthers have scored on both possessions so far. It's 13-0.
He said a great awareness there by Ramey. He saw that things had kind of gotten log jam, and instead of trying to bull through it, he's like, yeah, let me just elevate and up and over, and broke the plane, and extra point is up and good.
Mike McCoy adds it in, 14-0 our score. We'll take a break here. You're listening to Paola Sports Live. We'll be right back.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be. There is no typical firefighter.
And welcome back, everybody, to Bonner Springs. Paola leads at 14-0 as they score on their second possession. It's a 2-yard strike here by Caden Ramey.
Not quite as fast-paced of game as last year, but again, Paola's still doing the business. Getting downfield, again, scoring both their drives, holding the Braves scoreless.
It's not as pretty of a night last year. Beautiful sunset this tonight. We've had some rain showers in the forecast. McCoy set to kick it off. It's a high pooch kick. And fumbled again. And Bonner Springs for the third time tonight lucks out hanging on to it.
I'm wondering when they're going to remember, or when somebody on the special teams coach is going to say, hey, there's this thing called a fair catch.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of the things we saw. I saw that a lot last year with Tonganoxie, because they had a kicker, freshman kicker, played for their soccer team, had a ton of leg, but also had the ability to put it up and create the hang times that the coverage unit was waiting for the runner at the 20. And saw so many fair catches last year.
And see, with me last year with Lewisburg, that was one of the things they really didn't have. I mean, they had to go for 2 every single time. Lots of kickoffs out of bounds. They really struggled in the kicking game. So Jay Smith drops back to throw, and it's picked off here. Maxwell Douglas, the returning senior, or the returning starter, the senior corner, picks off Smith, and Paola takes over.
Just great work there, great awareness. Camping out in the middle of the field, seeing the throw, breaking.
Just a poor throw, all in all, though.
Yeah.
But a great play by Douglas. I mean, he read that all the way, and now Paola has a chance to strike again, already crossed midfield at the 45 in Bonner Springs territory.
Yeah, as soon as we talk about Bonner Springs kind of having a little bit better night, being a little bit more patient on offense and getting a little bit more success.
Yep.
Hopefully they're able to shake that off. And
they've moved the ball real well. I mean, Bonner Springs has had success tonight. They just haven't been able to finish so far. Paola under center. Ramey in the backfield. Paola drops back, pump fakes, airs it out deep. He's got his receiver. It's Newkirk, and it's short. Good coverage there by Bonner Springs as it's broken up. It was broken up by Trent Stymack, the free safety.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot that Paola could do on that one. Again, great double coverage by the Braves, and just Stymack timing his jump right, getting up, swatting that ball away, and
gotta love the aggressiveness though. After a turnover, first play airing it deep, looking to strike immediately. Back to the I formation, Blackie in the backfield, Ramey in at fullback. Paola keeps it on the fake, picks up about 4 yards. It was taken down by Brandon Andrew. 3rd and 6 coming up. Expect it to be 4 down territory regardless here for Paola. They like to be aggressive. Newkirk up high. That's a little speed option, and Blackie breaks the tackle, but only picks up about a yard. Good stop there by Bonner Springs, making sure Blackie couldn't get to the outside. It was Dominic Allen there to make the stop. And 4th and 5. Paola under center. 2 wide receivers. 4th and 5. Newkirk out on the far side. It's Maxwell Douglas underneath. Douglas just had the interception. And timeout here by Paola.
Coaching staff not liking what they're seeing, kind of bring the guys over, talk it over a little bit.
Looked like 2 there, just trying to draw Bonner Springs off sides, try to pick up the 5 yards through a penalty. They're going to go for it. I mean, I talked to Coach, and he really wants to play aggressive football. I mean, unless he will punt if they have to punt.
Well, again, 5.5 minutes left in the second quarter. You're coming off of an interception. Nothing to lose here.
Absolutely right. You got a 14-0 lead. Now, obviously, you got to play smart football, but they've been aggressive. They were aggressive on that first play. Bonner Springs has done a good job holding their ground. I mean, Paola's first score was on a 4th down and for every play. And it was really just a perfectly drawn up play, perfectly thrown ball. And 4th and 5, 2 wide receivers set. Damian Blackie in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Blackie, and Blackie's going to be short. Bonner Springs is going to take over. Blackie gets about 4 yards. Paola needed 5, and it's a turnover on downs. John, are you shocked? On 4th and 5, Paola ran the ball right up the gut?
A little bit, because that's one of the things that they've been having trouble tonight. Credit to Bonner Springs. They've been plugging the middle, and yeah, that was a little bit of a shock to see that. But, Giovanni Blackie almost, still almost got the down, almost got the first down. So I think that's a good setup play for later. They're going to keep pushing that play, and eventually it's going to break. And it's not going to be breaking for 5 or 6 yards. It's going to be breaking for 60 and a touchdown.
So we'll see what Jay Smith and this offense can do. We'll see if they can bounce back after the INT. And they hand it off right up the middle. Parks dives his way up the middle for 9 yards. Second down and 1 coming up. Parks goes flying up the middle. And that's a nice play there right after you throw an interception. Nice play to get your confidence back up. Smith in shotgun formation. Parks in the backfield. They're going to do it again, and ball's on the ground. Parks falls on it at the line of scrimmage, and 3rd and 2 coming back up.
And see, even after they just switched out the ball to get a dry ball in, the little bit of a flubbed handoff there. And
it's the 4th time tonight. Braves have put the ball on the ground 3 times on the kickoff. Now, first time on offense. They have an interception. They've recovered all 4. They've been lucky on that end. 4 wide receivers set. Parks in the backfield, and Paola jumped offside. They're going to give a first down here to the Braves. Braves pick up their 5th first down.
Good hard count there from.
Yeah, they got Brady, senior defensive tackle Brady Johnson to jump. Johnson had 4 tackles last year in varsity. Paola last year, a lot of these guys got playing time. Paola had a lot of blowout games, so a lot of these guys were able to get a lot of playing time on varsity. Smith's going to keep it himself, tries to get to the edge, and breaks a tackle before he's brought down here by junior middle linebacker Brody Stewart. Stewart's their Mike linebacker. It's a pickup of 6. Bonner Springs on the move once again.
Yeah, great pursuit there by Stewart there, just to kind of follow and keep his eye on the quarterback and wrap him up from behind.
Smith in shotgun formation. Parks to his left. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 at the bottom of the screen. Smith's going to fake the handoff, keep it himself. He's got the first down, and he's brought down by Grant Solano. It's a pickup of 6, and the Braves have their 6th first down so far here in the first half.
Coach Blazevic's squad doing well to kind of recover after that interception and just kind of shake it off and finding some success running the ball downfield.
Yeah, they're going back to their strengths. We've seen them. Their offensive line has kind of sent a message tonight to Paola that they think they can beat you. Smith's going to get to the outside, and he's brought down here by Clayton Forrest. Forrest, his 3rd tackle so far of the game. Under 3 to go. It's a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. Big possession here for Bonner Springs. Just try to cut this lead in half if they can. Try to use up as much clock as they can too and not give Paola another possession. You got 2 jobs to do if you're Bonner Springs. You got to score, and you don't want to give Paola time. And they hand it off here. It's Brandon Andrew up the middle. Picks up about 4 yards. 3rd and 2 coming up. Next play will be snapped under 2 minutes. Three wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. Smith's going to keep it himself, and he's wrapped up. Nowhere to go. And a big stop there by Paola. It was Caden Ramey there. That forced the no gain. 4th down coming up. 4th and 3, minute 90, and clock is ticking. Paola not going to use a timeout. They're going to let it wind down. I think Bonner Springs is going to use a timeout here. They are.
See the squad coming over to the sideline and
going to use it at the 1. They use all the clock up. 14-0 our score. We'll take a break with them. You're listening to Paola Sports Live. We'll be right back.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast, priced right, with plans starting at $34.95. No throttling, no tricks, more upload speed, and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley. It just works.
And 14-0 our score. Welcome back here to Bonner Springs. 4th and 3 coming up. Bonner Springs. Paola looking to get their stop and try to get their offense back on the field with around a minute to go. See if they can march down the field. They're able to get a stop. Ball spotted at the 31. Huge play here for Bonner. If you're able to get the first down, you're able to have a chance at getting some points on the board. And he's going to keep it himself. He's got the first down and more. Smith's going to take it himself for the score. Touchdown, Bonner Springs, and a big answer there.
And we touched on the offensive line, and that touchdown, all credit goes to the offensive line because they got off the ball. They created a huge hole for Smith to run through, and nothing Paola could do about that one.
Yeah, 4th and 3 right out of the timeout. Just how you draw it up if you're Bonner Springs. Smith, a 31-yard touchdown. Extra point coming. Tyler Keatner here to try on the extra point. So Bonner Springs didn't score in this game last year. It took them tonight almost the full first half. Extra point is up and good, and it's 14-7. And now Paola's got a decision to make. They get the ball out of halftime, so do you play it safe and take a knee? Or do you play it aggressive and try to score and then come out of halftime and score again?
I think all of it boils down to what happens on the kickoff. If you get a good return, there's no harm whatsoever in taking a shot downfield. We've seen Moala, he's got the distance, maybe flatten it out a little bit and just put a little bit more power to it. But, again, if Bonner Springs is able to have a good kickoff, good coverage, pin Paola, I think anywhere inside the 35, Paola takes a knee, smart plays, take a knee, go to the locker room. But, again, if you get
absolutely
anywhere between the 35 and the 50, I think you got to go for it at least once.
I think for Bonner Springs, too, I think you got to not kick it Giovanni Blackie's way. They've done a good job tonight containing him. But the more touches he gets, you just got to feel like he's going to break one of them. For them to try to do a pooch kick as well. So far tonight, Paola has been very successful at that. Kickoff coming here. 57 seconds to go in the first. And they squib it. And Paola just falls on it around the 27-yard line. And we'll see what they do.
Yeah, that's one of the rules that you have to get used to as a kicker. The difference between high school and college and the pros, obviously, high school, as soon as the ball is down on that kickoff, it's over. So it's a smart strategic play for Bonner Springs there to do that. Again, make Paola take care of the ball first. Not get a chance to run. Obviously, definitely kept it out of Blackie's hands, but
so they go two wide receivers. Paola under center. We'll see if he just takes a knee. And they're just going to hand it off. It's a little sweet play to Blackie. Breaks a tackle and more. Gets to the outside as he tries to get out of bounds. We'll see if he was able to. He picks up the first down.
Official on the far side waving his hands above his head. Stop the clock.
Such a smart run there, but great awareness by Blackie just to make sure he got himself out of bounds to stop the clock. After that play, it's about to pick up a 13. Look for Paola now to get aggressive. Newkirk at the bottom of the screen. Paola drops back to pass, looks Newkirk's way, airs it out deep. Into double coverage, and Newkirk, did he haul onto it? The refs wave it incomplete. What an attempt in triple coverage. Newkirk almost able to corral it in. It's now 22 seconds. With only one timeout by Bonner Springs. Look, see what Paola wants to do now. Motion Blackie to the backfield. They run the ball, and that should be the end of the first half. Ramey picks up about 5 yards. 8 seconds. Maybe Panthers. You call a timeout and run a Hail Mary.
Or not.
Clock
runs out as the clock runs out on them there. As they not really a sense of urgency by Paola to get that play off, and
it's a good first half though for Paola. Halftime score. Panthers lead at 14-7 on Bonner Springs. We'll take a break here and we'll get into the halftime show. We'll be right back.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
And welcome back, everybody, to Bonner Springs, Kansas. Paola leads at 14-7 at halftime. Last year, this game was over at halftime. Tonight, John, we got a football game.
Absolutely. Again, I'm very impressed so far with the work that Coach Blazovic has done with his squad. Again, 23 seniors, I think we counted on that roster. I'm talking about in the pregame, having that experience and the ability of those players to kind of step up is big for any coach, but particularly a first-year coach trying to step up and make his mark, really transforming this program. even if they don't manage to pull off the win tonight, I think Bonner Springs can take this and use it as a good springboard for their season.
Yeah, Bonner Springs, this is just their 4th year in the Frontier League. All time in the Frontier League. They're 9-11, but tonight, this year, they look much improved. They look like a team that could finish in the top half of the Frontier League. As we go through the first half, Bonner Springs got the ball first after Paola deferred. They drove down the field. They marched downfield, but turned it over on downs. When they had a 4th down try and just barely missed it on inches. So Paola went all the way down at a 4th and long try. They throw a fade to the back of the end zone from about 23 yards from Trey Muala to Logan Newkirk. Extra point was knocked on in by McCoy, and that got Paola on the board first. Same thing again, though, pretty much for Bonner Springs. They marched down the field again. This time a penalty derailed the drive, and they had to pooch kick it, and Paola took that football, went right down the field, and scored with it being 14-0. On the run by Caden Ramey, after he came in, replacing Leighton Moore on the injury. And Ramey's looked good tonight. He's had a big run in the touchdown score. But after that, Bonner looked to answer the bell. One play, interception right in the hands of Maxwell Douglas. So it looked like Paola had a chance to maybe run away with this thing. They took a shot downfield and before they turned it over on downs. Bonner Springs then capitalized on the 31-yard run by Jace Smith on 4th and 3. It was a big play to cut the lead in half. And that's our first half score, 14-7. Paola leads it. We'll take our second break here. When we come back, we'll have more here on the halftime show. You're listening to Paola Sports Live.
Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Auction Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
At Olathe Health, we perform cutting-edge surgical procedures because changing lives with innovative care drives us, one patient at a time. Olathe Health. Advanced healthcare. Advancing lives.
If you're off your game because of pain or injury, turn to Olathe Health because orthopedics is our game. Joint repair and replacement, chronic conditions and injuries, hand surgery, sports medicine. Make an appointment today.
Welcome back, everybody, to Paola Sports Live. Here at the halftime show, 14-7, our score. Paola Panthers lead it on top of Bonner Springs. And it's been a good first half so far.
Good first half. Again, one of the things we touched on, definitely a very different pace than game last year. And kind of looking at some of the scores around the Frontier League, yeah, it looks like there might be a fair shakeup tonight. One thing that hasn't changed really, Piper handling Ottawa quite handily. It's final down there, Piper on top, 56-7.
Wow.
Spring Hill is leading Lewisburg 14-0. Our contest here, 14-7, Paola in front. Eudora with a 19-0 lead over Baldwin. Thinking of Bryce on our sister station there, Baldwin Sports Live. Good luck covering that one.
Yeah, Baldwin, that should be interesting. I remember him telling me they may not even have enough players to field a varsity football team. He's telling me they may be doing lots of volleyball and lots of soccer.
Yeah, again, not a great score right there for him, but then the kind of the shocker for me, and first to 3 on the night, Baser Linwood, Tonganoxie, kind of a rivalry that was broken up when Frontier League came into being. Baser Linwood run away with that one, 27-6 over Tonganoxie. Wow. I mean, that's honestly, I'm not that surprised because you've got, was able to watch that Tonganoxie team last year, and Blake Poggi, Heston Robbins, Dallas Bond, really the core of that offense, that team graduated, and Coach Troyer is kind of trying to fill in a little bit, not quite finding the missing pieces there yet.
Tonganoxie was ranked 2, I believe, a spot ahead of Paola looking today. Paola was at 8 and Tonganoxie was at 7. That'll be a fun one.
Also in the area, Olathe North, 28-0 over Shawnee Mission South. Mill Valley and Gardner Edgerton tied at 7. St. Thomas Aquinas up 7-0 on reigning state champ St. James Academy. That's a big one there. And the other notable, you said there's going to be 3 surprises. Bishop Miege, traditional power in the area, 51-24 losers.
I believe
Blue Valley North Mustangs.
I saw that, and I was trying to verify this. And, of course, Bishop Miege didn't tweet that they lost last night, so I couldn't verify. I thought that's what it said. I thought I saw they lost last night. Like you said, a powerhouse. And
it's one of those things that, St. James Academy kind of filling in. They knocked off Bishop Miege last year. Bishop Miege has been a traditional powerhouse in the area. At one of the parochial schools, having a little bit broader player base. And, again, great coaching staff down there doing great work. But, Blue Valley North.
It's a shocker.
Blue
Valley North's a good football team. And that's a team in the last decade. They've won multiple state championships there. But still a big shocker. Kansas.
It's not so much the shock. It's not so much the shock that Bishop Miege lost, but to lose by 20.
Exactly.
That's the big thing for me. That was I had to take a second look at that, and I was like, okay, that's legit. So
lots of good football though being played, including one tonight. We got a dandy here in Bonner Springs, 14-7 our score. We'll take another break here as we inch closer to the second half. You're listening to Paola Sports Live. We'll be right back.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast, priced right, with plans starting at $34.95. No throttling, no tricks, more upload speed, and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley. It just works.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net.
Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
And welcome back to Bonner Springs. 14-7 our score. Paola leading it over the Braves by 7. Here it'll be Paola ball to begin the second half. And John, what are the keys to the second half? Let's begin with Paola.
Paola I think they've just got to realize that they have the talent, they have the ability to kind of really keep their foot on the gas and keep pushing for those scores. Yes, Bonner Springs was able to come back and get a touchdown, but that's the team that finished 9-1 last year. They've got the ability to punch, kind of punch their way out of this one. Need to make sure that they don't get flustered. And one of the things they need to do maybe a little bit more now that the rain has passed is kind of look to air it out a little bit more. We've seen a couple of good passes from Paola going deep. Both times they were into double coverage on the far side, triple coverage near side to close out the first half. Maybe need to kind of spread the receivers out, take a couple of shots early, kind of shift a little bit out of that running game, force Bonner Springs to open up the box a little bit and give them some success.
Yeah, and for Bonner Springs, what do you think they got to do? They've done a good job tonight containing Giovanni Blackie.
They definitely need to keep plugging up the middle, keep doing what they're doing defensively. I think the biggest thing for Bonner is to really capitalize on their offensive line. One of the things we talked about that the middle of the Bonner Springs offensive line averages north of 300 pounds, 283, 350, and 275, and they're not short guys either. I mean, they're bigger. They're tall guys. They've got the strength. They've done a very good job of kind of making those holes in the middle for the Braves to run through. So I think if they can just keep that up and kind of find some success there, and again realize that just kind of feed off that energy, kind of the turnaround from last year. Coach Blazovic certainly talking to his team at halftime about, hey, this was a great start. Let's keep it up. Let's, kind of take that intensity that they finished the first half with and use it to start the second.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. And I think for Bonner, too, is if they're able to finish drives, they're going to be able to put some pressure on Paola. But Paola getting the ball first, we'll see if they're able to strike first and take some of that pressure off their defense. We'll take one final break here, and then when we come back, we'll be ready for the second half kickoff. You're listening to Paola Sports Live. We'll be right back.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
First Option Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And welcome back, everybody, for the start of the second half. 14-7 our score, as it will be Paola to receive. We want to give a thank you to the support from our sponsors. Paola Sports Live is proud to provide tonight's coverage of Panthers athletics free of charge. If you enjoy our broadcast and would like to show your support, please go to www.paolasportslive.com/donate and make a contribution. Thank you to our sponsors, fans, coaches, administrators, and student athletes. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and never miss a broadcast by subscribing to youtube.com/Paola Sports Live, as we're set for another great year. It's our second year of Paola Sports Live as we get ready for the start of the second half, as we got a good one brewing. Look for Paola to try to get back to that rushing attack, and we'll see if Bonner Springs goes with that little squib kick they did last time, try to keep the ball away from Giovanni Blackie.
Bonner Springs set to kick off.
So we get 14-7 our score. Hayden Hernandez set to kick it off. Short kick, it's gonna bounce, and it's fielded here by Forrest. Forrest gets to the outside, and the second half is underway.
Kind of an awkward little squib kick there, kind of it's almost like he's thought at the last minute that, hey, I was going to squib it and I push it, but yeah, just kind of spinning through the air, and great work by Forrest to make sure that the first thing he does is corral it and then run.
Yeah, Forrest did a good job there. And it gives Paola good field position.
Yeah, I was wondering which one of us was going to slip up and call it by our team last year, and
Blackie takes the handoff. Yeah, I got to get that Paola engraved in my mind. I called one Paola game last year, a basketball game, filling in for BJ, but I got to get that engraved in my mind. Yeah. Blackie picks up 9 yards.
And again, touch on for the folks watching at home, both of us were play-by-play guys on different channels within the Harris Media Services umbrella.
Second down and 1. Paola on the quarterback sneak, picks up the first down. Paola had 7 first downs in the first half. Bonner Springs had 6. First down of the night. And Paola is at midfield. Big critical drive for both of these two teams. Paola wanting to try to take some pressure off of their defense. Paola audibles out of the play. Ramey in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the left. Paola turns, hands it off to Ramey, and Ramey just flies down the field, picks up a first down. It's a gain of about 17 yards. And Ramey's had a big night rushing so far tonight.
Not bad for someone who came on as an injury replacement, but you touched on earlier in the broadcast. Ramey is a very talented athlete, able to play at multiple positions for Paola.
Plays multiple sports too. Was on the basketball team last year.
Bonner Springs calls a timeout. Just wanted to talk things over.
We'll keep it here. 14-7 our score. Paola putting together a nice drive here. They've picked up 2 first downs. They're in Bonner Springs territory at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 coming. Such an important sequence of events for both of these 2 schools. Talked about too, watching Paola at practice Wednesday night. Dominic McCoy, he's got about the range of about 40 yards, look like, but they look to probably use him in only about 30-yard situations. They only practiced him about with extra points and 30 yards, but that's just one of those things Coach Dumper talked about. Was he talked about he has lost some football games on extra points missed, and so it's so critical for him to have a good kicker like he's got in McCoy. McCoy, a senior on the soccer team. 1st and 10 now. 14-7, 10:39 to go. Ball at the 35. Wallace trying to get the play in. It's Ramey in the backfield. In motion, Blackie. Toss sweep to Blackie. Blackie gets the outside, turns it upfield, picks up 10 yards before he's taken down by a brave defender. But Giovanni Blackie picks up another first down.
Yeah, that Coach Dumpert's a fear of losing games with extra points kind of triggers me a little bit. Let's play get in. We'll finish that story afterwards, but
14-7, 1st and 10 here for Paola. Do apologize. That will get engraved. Ball spotted at the 25. Mala keeps it himself. Looked like that play kind of just folded up on him, and he just kept it himself. I don't think that was the initial play call. I think he wanted to hand it off. Brandon McGrath made the tackle. Picks up 2 yards, though.
Yeah, outstanding work by Moala there to pick up a couple yards out of a busted play.
Wide receiver in the backfield, I formation, early line in it, tied in. They hand it off, Ramey. Ramey cuts through and picks up another first down, about 14 yards there, and Paola putting together a nice drive here to begin the second half. 4 first downs on this drive. That's been the Caden Ramey show. Ramey tonight leads the team in rushing. Going in, I don't think that's something anybody on either of these 2 teams would have expected.
And false start is Ramey looked like he lost his balance a little bit and lifted that hand up, and
Paola back up 5, 1st and 15. Panthers still in the red zone. Ball spotted 15-yard line. Ball on the 16, still a chance to pick up that first down, get a first and goal situation. Hand it off. Paola keeps it on the read option, takes it himself. Is he in? He is! Trey Paola from 16 yards out scores, and Paola leads it 20-14. Paola's second touchdown of the night, first one rushing. Showing his athleticism, and Paola strikes on their opening drive in the second half.
That touchdown was set up by the previous play where Ramey, rumbled for a good 15 yards, so the defense has to respect that handoff. Great fake from Paola to put it in, pull it back, and then hang on to it and just hole open wide up. And
he got some great blocks too by Ramey and Early Wine. Provide those blocks on the left side. So Dominic McCoy tacks on the extra point. It's 21-7. Paola leads it here on Bonner Springs. We'll take a break here. You're listening to Paola Sports Live. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
21-7, our score as we're set to begin the kickoff after that Paola touchdown by Trey Paola. Paola showing his athleticism, taking it in on a little read option, 16 yards out, the 6'6", 195-pound quarterback. Putting on a show tonight, him and Caden Ramey have looked really good tonight. Boy, to kick it off high in the air. It's another pooch kick. It's going to bounce, and it's going to go out of bounds. No! Bonner Springs picks it up, goes down the sideline, and it's a huge gain. Great awareness by Cameron Doss. The junior picks it up and almost takes it all the way back.
Yeah, that's the that's I think the only possible drawback to those pooch kicks is if your coverage doesn't get right there, it can backfire on you. And
first time tonight, it's backfired on Paola. Ball's on the 20, and it'll be the first red zone appearance of the night for Bonner Springs, and they have a chance to capitalize right after the Paola touchdown. The end of the half on a 31-yard touchdown run by Jay Smith. Smith in shotgun formation. 4 wide receivers. Fakes it to Parks, keeps it himself, spins before he's taken down by a few Paola defenders. There was Force there in there to make the tackle along with Isaiah Taylor. Linebacker and defensive tackle swarming. Smith up. Second down and 10. Big possession here for Bonner Springs. You just get a huge momentum boosting play. Have a chance to capitalize. Paola did a good job there, holding their ground. 2nd and 10. Smith looks to throw, rolls right, flags on the play. Pass was incomplete anyway.
Looks like it's going to be a false start.
And it is after a huge kickoff return.
False start penalty against Bonner Springs.
Bonner Springs starting now to shoot themselves in the foot.
5-yard penalty will make it 2nd down and 14.
2nd down and 14 coming up. Ball at the 24. Big play here for Bonner Springs. You got to try to make up at least half the yards here. Don't want to go into a 3rd and 14 situation. Parks to the right of Smith. 3 wide receivers top of the key. Smith rolls right. He's got to get rid of it. Nearly sacked, and it's incomplete.
Pass from Smith is incomplete.
Great coverage by Douglas. He was looking for his receiver, his tight end, Aiden Wilson. Douglas did a good job.
Great coverage there by Paola. Just kind of knowing that the Braves had to come up with a big play there, just kind of stand strong, not biting on fakes, keeping line, keeping the containment. Curious what the conversation between the officials is on the far side. Wonder if
yeah, they're pointing towards Paola. Is there a late flag on the play, or?
I'm not seeing one unless it's kind of hiding over on the sideline.
As of right now, it'd be 3rd and 14 coming up. Long huddle here by the officiating crew.
My work college games, the PA announcer. Now it's about the time where I cue up the Jeopardy theme, and so that we don't get kicked off the air by YouTube, won't do that here. But yeah, this is a definitely a long conversation between the officiating crew and
Bonner Springs crowd getting loud too, trying to make any kind of noise. And a long wait. We'll see what the call is. And they're going to call pass interference on Bonner Springs.
A personal foul.
And now he's pointing the other way. He's pointing 2 different ways, and it's going to be an automatic first down.
So the only thing I can think of there is, since the ball's not moving, that we've got offsetting penalties.
Coach Dumper, he does not like that call.
As things were going out of bounds, the only thing I can think of is maybe there was some back and forth as the crowd went out of bounds over there.
Oh, yeah.
But
there's a late flag too.
Well, yeah. Okay. After all that, we're back at 2nd and 15. Okay.
Yeah, it looked like they called it on both. It's an offsetting penalty. That's why he was pointing both ways.
Yeah.
Smith on the quarterback keeper spins, and it's a big run there. Picks up more than half the yards back, and that's a big play after the long break. Smith picks up 8, 3rd and 7 coming up. So now if you're looking at Bonner Springs, you got half of it back. I think regardless, you're looking at 4 down territory.
Absolutely. Trailing by 2 touchdowns, you've got to hang points on the board.
Such an important series. You just don't know how long you're going to hold off Paola. You got to score here. We know how dangerous Paola's offense has been. Last year, the best in the Coach Dumpert area. Averaging over 500 yards a game. Passes tipped at the line of scrimmage. Nearly picked off here by Brody Stewart. And 4th and 8 coming up. And a must-have first down here for Bonner Springs. They got to pick this up. A for sure passing down here for the Braves. Smith has already thrown an interception tonight to Maxwell Douglas, the senior, one of the 2 returning starters for this Paola squad. Smith rolls right. He's got to get rid of it. He does. Fires back of the end zone. Incomplete. Perfect coverage there by Paola. It was Landon Taylor there with the coverage. And it's a turnover on down. Paola football.
Yeah, Paola defense doing a great job of locking on to Smith early. Bonner came with 3 receivers on the left side of the formation, and Smith was locked on the right side the entire play. Just saying, great work by Paola to keep him from cutting back and finding one of those receivers.
It took away half the field, though, and anytime you roll a direction, you're taking away half the field. A must-down play, I'm shocked they wouldn't use that whole field yet. Paola takes over under center. Ramey and Blackie in the backfield. Early one at tight end. Newkirk on the far side at wide receiver.
A little flinch there on the near side by the Braves defense, but
Paola fakes it and keeps it himself. Picks up around 5 to 6 yards. Paola slow to get up. Here's Jacob Jones with the stop. Second down and 3. Paola a score here. Chance to start putting real pressure on Bonner Springs. They've led by 14 once tonight, and they led at 14-0. They hand it off. First down picked up. It was Giovanni Blackie. We haven't seen really Blackie be able to get loose tonight. We've seen Ramey have some big runs, some Paola, but Blackie, Bonner Springs, you can tell he was their game plan.
Talented Panther squad able to kind of counteract that, spread the ball out a little bit, and find the success.
Hand it off Ramey. Ramey gets to the outside, picks up about 15 yards as he stumbles forward to the 45-yard line near midfield. Caden Ramey has had himself of a night rushing the football.
The great work by Ramey there, just keeping his feet going, staying up, and just kind of riding that tackle. The extra 4 yards is that the Braves defender came from behind, wrapped him up, just grabbed the ball and carried him forward to get 4 yards.
You pick up a 15, first and 10. Ramey getting near that 100-yard mark. Started the night at tight end. He's come in now and filled the fullback void. 3 in the backfield. Tight end set. Handed off Blackie. Flags on the field. And delay a game on Paola. Backs them up 5 yards, back to their 40. First and 15 coming up. Braves need to get a stop here. So near the 5-minute mark here in the third quarter. Ball under center. Motions his man, hands it off. Blackie cuts to the outside, tries to beat his defender, but nowhere to go. He's wrapped up by a few Braves defenders, but he's taken down by number 24, Braden McGrath. Jacob Jones also there in the tackle. McGrath and Jones showing their speed to the outside. Making a great play. Second down and 15. Every time they know Blackie's getting the ball, Bonner's done a good job of stacking the box. Paola keeps it, bounces off a tackle, uses his big frame to bulldoze his way upfield, picks up about 13 yards, and 3rd and 2 coming up. A big run there by Trey Moala as he crosses midfield, getting into the Braves' territory around the 40.
They're going to spot it right on the 50.
Oh, they are. It looks like they may have said he stepped out of bounds. 3rd and 5 coming up. Look for it to be 2 down territory for Coach Dumpert's squad.
Bring up 3rd down and 5.
3rd and 5. Waller getting the play from the sideline. Newkirk on the bottom of the screen. 1 wide receiver set. 3 in the backfield. Play action pass. Throws it and has his receiver. Moala hits Douglas Maxwell, and Maxwell picks up the first down. And a big play there for Paola. Lined up. Douglas there in the fullback spot. Just kind of slips his way out. Picks up 19 yards, and it's another Paola first down. Paola up to 6 first downs here in the second half.
Smart play calling there by Coach Dumpert.
They hand it off to Ramey. Ramey bounces the outside, stiff arms his man. Inside the red zone, inside the 10, the 5, spins, and he's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Caden Ramey, another big run as he stiff-armed his man to nearly pick up the touchdown. Inside the 5, it's Ramey on a pickup of 23.
Folks, make sure you text PHS to 816-406-0051. Paola Sports Live is proud to partner with Easy Relic. The Easy Relic highlight engine powered by Price Chopper turns on instant or near instant highlights of any play at any game. That's definitely one that Caden Ramey's going to want for his highlight, for his recruiting reel there. You know, just a gorgeous stiff arm, nice spin move.
Hand it off, and looks like Paola may be just shy of the end zone. It was Ramey on the carry again. 2nd down and 1. Paola.
Bottom of the 1-inch line there.
Paola goes no huddle. Trying to get Bonner Springs off guard. Moala. QB sneak, is he in? And looks like Bonner Springs holds their ground. Moala is short. That's one where if you got to use that 6'6" frame. Just reach over the goal line.
Well, in fairness there to Moala, his 6'6" frame isn't going to do, a whole lot against a couple of guys that are 6'3", 6'4", 272, and 350. Yeah,
that's a good point.
That's a immovable force versus irresistible, or immovable object was irresistible force, and
3rd down and 1. Panthers knocking at the door. It's Ramey in the backfield. Javon Blackie out at wide receiver in the slot. They hand it off. Ramey, is he in?
That time
touchdown.
He is in.
Paola, it's Caden Ramey for the 2nd time tonight. Bulldozing his way into the end zone. And the Panthers have their largest lead of the game, leading by 20, 27-7. And the Panthers are opening this door open.
Again, Paola hits pay dirt there with the handoff to Ramey. Again, young man just doing great work.
Dominic McCoy on to tack on. Extra point. Caden Ramey, he's had himself a heck of a night. Wasn't supposed to be the starting fullback. And bad snap. McCoy does a good job of still knocking it through.
Got an offside on the. I think this is about as good a time as any to come back to that story about missed extra points. And You mentioned you played offensive and defensive tackle in high school. Was also a kicker. Had a game where we lost by 3 points. 3 touchdowns each. Opponent hit all of their extras, and we went for 2 and were stopped each time. But that play right there kind of illustrates just how important that team is. It's not good enough to have just a good kicker. You've got to have a great long snapper and a great holder.
Extra point is good.
Absolutely.
It's a really good team there, and McCoy tacks on the extra point.
Yeah,
gives Paola a 3 touchdown lead.
28-7 our score. Paola leads it on Bonner. We'll take a break here. You're listening to Paola Sports Live. We'll be right back.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
So late into the third quarter, Panthers have come knocking down the door. They've scored on both of their 2 possessions here. They lead at 28-7. Bonner Springs had an opportunity and couldn't capitalize. And now playing down 21, they got to get things going. Game got out of hand last year early in the first quarter. McCoy kicks it deep, fielded around the 15. Not much room there as it's Landon Taylor on the stop. It was McGrath with the return. And the Paola defense out for more. They looked very good their last time out there.
Absolutely, picking up a crucial stop after that great field position kickoff. Bonner Springs starts a drive inside the 40, and Paola was able to stop them on downs.
Absolutely.
Huge vote of confidence for your defense there, and
Paola's milked the clock so far in the third quarter. Bonner Springs still has not recorded a first down here in the second half. Parks in the backfield. Smith in shotgun formation. 4 wide receivers wide. They spread them out, hand it off to Parks. Nowhere to go. Pick up around 2 yards. Good job by that Paola defensive line. In there to make the stop, it was Grant Solano. Nearing the 2-minute mark. Second down and 7 yards. Parks to the right. Smith looks to throw, airs it out. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it goes over his intended receiver. He was looking for Alex Amayo. As he was tipped at the line of scrimmage, could have been a dangerous play. Could have been picked. 3rd and 7 now for Bonner Springs. A must-have 3rd down.
Good effort by Amayo there to try and reach up and make the grab, but again, just that tip putting it a little bit out of his reach. And
so 3rd and 7, a must-have down here for Bonner Springs. Flag on the play here. And I believe this is going on Bonner Springs. Oh, it's going to be on Paola.
Paola had too many men on the field and making a late substitution there, and or not.
I'm not sure what was
yeah.
just called, because that would have pushed you up 5 yards. Smith does a good job, makes a great throw and a great catch here by Bryce Wint. What a throw on the run by Jay Smith. Great catch. High went. It was pretty good coverage on Paola, but just Smith does a good job finding the window. On a must-have first down. Ball spotted at the 50.
And Smith able to elude the coverage and find his man downfield.
Bonner Springs had a missed opportunity their last time around. They got to capitalize here. That was their first down here in the second half. Smith keeps himself, tries to bounce it to the outside, and does. Stiff arms his man, picks up about 8 yards. Jay Smith did a good job there on the run. He threw Gus Wright to the ground. Picks up 9 yards. Jay Smith has shown his athleticism tonight. He's had the majority of the work. Second down and 1. Ball spotted at the 41 in Paola territory. Smith hands it off to his running back. It's Wentz. Wentz slips out of his defender. Andrew did a good job at picking up the first down.
Paola was able to get through and make contact, but just not able to wrap up on the tackle there. And great work to wriggle free for the first down.
Andrew's their back where he can slip through tackles. He's not their power back. That's Parks. He did a good job making his man miss. In an ideal world, if you're Bonner Springs, you score here before the third quarter ends. But you got to get points regardless. Brandon next to Andrew to hand it up. Keep it himself. Jay Smith picks up about 5 yards. Second down and 5 coming.
Able to handle the high snap there. It's like we're going to take it to the third quarter as Bonner's in no rush to get a playoff here.
28-7 our score as we go to the fourth quarter. Paola all over Bonner, but Bonner putting together a nice drive.
No, hold on. Hold on just a second. Timeout taken by Paola.
Paola uses a shocking timeout here, so we'll keep it here. 28-7 our score, and wondering the reason why for Coach Dunbar.
Yeah, that is. You never want to question a coach, but that's, I don't know that it's going to come back to haunt them later, but it's definitely odd to, you got 2 seconds left on the quarter clock. Just take the break, take some time to talk to your squad, keep that timeout in your pocket for down the stretch, but.
Exactly. And like you said, you don't want to question a man that, this is 23rd year as the head coach of Paola. He's in 42nd year in the business, but you got to think you're 2 seconds away from getting that break anyways. Maybe he wanted to give his team an extra break. He knows he's got a 21-point lead, but you just never know. Anything can happen, and you're right. Say Bonner does get things going, that could end up biting him.
Second down and 5, 33-yard line.
So final play of the third quarter. And they're going to hand it off to Parks. Parks picks up about 3 yards, and 28-7 our score as we go to the fourth quarter. It'll be 3rd and 2 coming back for Bonner Springs. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453. Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
So, welcome back, everybody, to Bonner Springs. Fourth quarter set to begin as the Braves are putting together a drive here at the 29-yard line in Paola territory.
Well, we finally got a little bit of insight into potential reason why Coach Jumper called that timeout. Our booth mates from Bonner Springs, play-by-play man, has known Coach Jumper for quite a while, and he said it was a coachable moment. Not exactly what he said, but that's the best way to describe it there. He wanted to kind of have a chat with the squad, kind of.
Down territory here for the Braves. They got to get points on the board. And keeps it himself is Smith inside the 5. Did he land in the end zone? No, down at the 1-yard line. But Bonner Springs knocking at the door. Twice tonight, we've seen out of either the break or a timeout now, a huge run by Smith. Smith had a 31-yard score earlier. He's got over 100 yards rushing tonight. Smith keeps it himself and walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Bonner Springs. And the Braves answer the bell as it's now 28-13. Cutting this lead down to 15 with the PAT pending. Looks like Bonner may keep their offense on the field. No, they're going to kick it. Tyler Keltner tack on the extra point. Low snap, and it's blocked. Keltner wasn't able to get it in the air on the poor snap.
Again, going back to that kicking unit. Again, Keltner there, able to get it, but just if it's not in the right position for him, if the holder can't get it down quick enough, you're fighting a losing battle there.
No, absolutely. You're right there, but Paola a chance now to try to extend their lead, try to capitalize, try to answer Bonner Springs. We'll see what Bonner Springs does here on this kick. Lots of time left. We're only 20 seconds into the fourth quarter. We have a 2-possession game. Out comes the Braves special teams unit. John, I think another thing we haven't really talked about tonight, it's so nice to see full stands back.
Oh my goodness! Absolutely. And again, last year it was, we're in the just beginning the open up after the pandemic. And we're going to pan over here. That's the best part right there. Student sections.
Yes.
Being able to be full, be wild.
We didn't get that last year. Not till late basketball season, right? They squib kick. Kind of a little surprise onside kick. A good job, though, there by Mackless Douglas. That ball was bouncing hard, and he did a good job of falling on it.
So you, when in doubt, just grab it and go to the ground. But no, to touch on that, again, full stands on both sides of the field, and student sections, cheerleaders on both sides. It's back to Friday Night Lights, the way it was meant to be.
Absolutely.
Obviously, hopefully people are still being safe, everybody getting vaccinated, wearing your mask when you can and have to.
Paola under center. Ramey in the backfield. They're sticking with the hot hand. Paola keeps it himself, loses 2 yards. Piggybacking on that too, sitting after practice with Coach Dumpert, he asked me, he goes, have you ever been, we talked about it, he goes, have you been to a Paola football game? I said, yeah, well, Lewisburg, we played. And he goes, yeah, but before COVID. And I go, oh, well, no. And he goes, you're going to love it. He goes, it's going to be a packed house. He's so pumped. He said, he's so pumped. He said, we're going to have a sold-out crowd on our end. He is so ready for it. He loves Paola. He loves the community. He loves Paola football. 2nd down and 10 here. They hand it off to Ramey, and Ramey with the hot hand picks up 17 yards.
Blast through the hole in the middle.
8th first down of the night, or the second half, I mean. 15th of the night. Ramey gets him all the way down to the 38-yard line. Downside of that onside surprise, if it was a surprise onside kick, if you don't get it, you're giving up good field position.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm part of me surprised, but, again, down by 2 touchdowns and having some success.
And Ramey blasts through the hole, gets down the sideline. He's going to take it himself for a 38-yard strike. Paola back on the board. They lead it 34-13, and that may be the icing on the cake.
And, folks, again, make sure you text 816-406-0051. Send the short code PHS. Get that Easy Relic Highlight Engine play. Powered by Price Chopper.
Ramey, a 38-yard touchdown run there.
And that one was all second effort because he got through the line and then he kind of had a couple tacklers around him, but he managed to shrug it off, keep those legs going.
McCoy, PAT is good. Yeah, Ramey did a phenomenal job getting through the line of scrimmage and then bouncing it to the outside and showing his speed. I mean, his breakaway speed for his 3rd touchdown of the night. Who would have thought this? Caden Ramey having himself a heck of an opening night. Ramey now with 3 touchdowns. He's over 100 yards rushing. It's 35-13. A quick drive. Ramey had all 52 yards there. Bonner Springs now, and they have to answer again. Their defense hasn't been able to get stops. Paola might have just put away Bonner. We'll see how Bonner bounces back here.
And 10.5 minutes left. The contest.
Lots of time left, but down 3 scores. And on one of them, even you got to go for 2 anyways after your missed extra point. Dominic McCoy, 5'10", 140-pound senior, set to kick off from the 40-yard line.
Set to kick off for Paola.
Jeremiah Ledbetter back deep to receive, and they do a little reverse there, and it runs into a wall of defenders. It was forced there with the big time hit.
Yeah, he's going to feel that one in the morning.
Absolutely.
Around the 26-yard line will be first down and 10.
Clayton Forrest just made his presence felt. Another big time hit there.
Not going to lie, good work by the Bonner Springs return man to keep the ball on that one, because I mean he ran full speed into Forrest and just dropped him, and
tried a little trickery there with the reverse on the kickoff.
Reversing right into the coverage though, never the best play.
Reversing right into Clayton Forrest. And quarterback keeper here, not much room for Smith. Time's gonna run. Time is gonna get going. Bonner needs a quick touchdown. It's Clayton Forrest again. He's had a heck of a night on defense. And if you're Bonner, maybe you got to start thinking about going no huddle. Saw Paola try it once tonight inside the 5. And the second touchdown by Ramey. Smith looks to air it out. He's pressured, and down he goes. He's sacked by Paola. It's number 77, Dalton Pysick, there with the sack. Brady Johnson also there. First sack of the night for the Panthers. Pysick did a good job getting off the edge. Nice little swing move.
You know, we've talked about the strength of the Bonner Springs offensive line. I think now we're kind of looking at the stamina. You know, they're kind of not able to make those big blocks like they were in the first 3 quarters. And
3rd and 16, they aired out deep. He's got his man. It goes right through the hands of Jason Knoll. Excuse me, it was Kalen Straight. Kalen Straight had his defender beat. He went right past Taylor and Straight. Couldn't catch it. 4th and 16. Bonner keeping the offense on the field. And now they need a prayer. Now they're going to punt. Looks like it will be their QB Smith to punt. He does. And Paola's going to let it bounce, and it's going to take a friendly Bonner Springs bounce.
Keep rolling
to the 32-yard line. Good punt there for Bonner Springs. Paola takes over. Chance now to run some clock.
First down and 10 for Paola.
8:38 left in the game. Sorry, the clock's a little bit fuzzy for us. We're trying to work on that, but want to keep it in. More important to keep it in frame so you know that it is running. But just over 8.5 minutes left, and as you said, expect to see the ball stay on the ground, in the hands of Blackie, in the hands of Ramey.
Absolutely.
Coach Jumper try and run as much clock off as possible.
That's got to be the key here. Walla under center. Tosses it out right. Yeah, it's a big run there. Paola picks up a first down.
Carried by
Clayton Younger coming in.
Tackle made by Dominic Sherbach.
Clayton Younger's first carry of the night. They have replaced Trey Moala. Backup quarterback Jet Osborne, the junior, now into the game.
Yeah, as I'm looking, I'm not seeing Ramey, I'm not seeing Blackie. Again, Coach Jumper looks to have put the second string in, give them some playing time early in the season, give them a few game situation touches. And
Clayton Younger, the sophomore, gets another carry here. Younger's looked good so far on his 2 touches. Clock to run and look for Paola to try to eat up as much clock as possible and run.
Certainly a good decision. And you know, I imagine Coach Jumper was expecting this opportunity to come just a little bit earlier than this, but it's still great to see the younger guys get a chance to get in and get some first-team reps.
Younger bounces off 2 defenders and more. Now carrying some Braves with him as he gets another big gain. Crosses midfield. It's a pickup of nearly 25 yards. Ball now at the 16. The ball at the 34. It's a pickup of 16 yards, excuse me. Osborne gets the play.
Whistle sounding and
timeout taken here by Bonner Springs. 35-13 our score. We'll take it with them. You're listening to Paola Sports Live. We'll be right back.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
(35-13) our score. Paola looking to get their first win of the season. So they got their backups in, marching down the field. Quarterback Jet Osborne. Coach Dumpert said they got a little bit of a lead Wednesday. We would see some of Jet Osborne. Clayton Younger also in there as well. He's has a few nice carries so far. Into the backfield. Early one, top screen outside. They hand it off. Younger just keeps dragging Braves with him. Looked like there wasn't much room there, and he just kept turning those legs, dragging Braves with him for another.
Channeling a slightly different code of football there as he does the rugby maul, just kind of rolling, getting hit, but just rolls out and takes his defenders around. And
just have 10 first downs here in the second half. About to pick up their 11th. Osborne on the QB keeper. Kept it on the read option.
Quarterback keeper by Jet Osborne. Tackle made by Malcolm Anthony.
Malcolm Anthony on the stop. 3rd and 1 coming up. Expected to be 4-down territory. Younger in the backfield. Kirk on the bottom of the screen. And not much room. And Bonner Springs pushes Paola backwards. Osborne nowhere to go.
See if they give him forward progress on that.
Tackle for a loss by Jaden Flores.
It was Jaden Flores there.
Yeah, it looks like the officials will give him the 6 inches that he managed of forward progress. Moves the ball just inside the 25.
4th down and 1. Maybe about half a yard. Osborne top sweep. Outside to Younger. Younger bounces back. He's got a window. Spins inside the 5-yard line. And Younger picks up the first down and more. It's first and goal, Paola. Younger gets the 11th first down of the night as we're near the 5-minute mark.
And it's going to come back holding.
And a killer there.
Yeah, that's one that Coach Dumpert's not going to be happy looking at film tomorrow. And
so now makes it 4th and 11. We'll likely see Osborne air it out for the first time tonight. Kirk on the bottom of the screen. Early line at the top. Douglas in at tight end on the right side. Looks like Paola's having troubles getting the play in. Newkirk now moves to the far right side. It's Charles Zeller there at tight end on the left. And did Paola get the timeout?
Yeah, Paola forced to burn the timeout there as the second unit not quite catching the signals from the sideline, and a little bit of confusion there.
Well, that timeout. 4th and 8 coming up. Paola, though, they played a very good football game tonight. Had a few hiccups, just like there on that big rush by Younger that came back. 4th and 8, though, out of this timeout coming up. 5:07 mark. We'll likely see Osborne get to air it out for the first time tonight.
See what the junior has in his arsenal.
35-13.
Fourth down and 8.
They do toss it outside to Younger. Younger cuts back, got the first down and more. A gutsy call there to run the ball. Wanted to keep that clock moving if they picked it up, and Younger has looked really good tonight.
First down and 10.
No flags on that play, and yeah, sophomore understudy to Giovanni Blackie. Definitely showing that Paola has some talent in the pipeline.
It's a good guy to learn under, too. Blackie had all the accolades last year, all Frontier League, all Wichita. His first team from the Wichita Eagle, I believe. Back to Younger. Younger through the trenches, picks up a few.
Carry by Younger. Gain of about 2 yards.
So for Paola, the clock's going to keep running.
Bonner Springs not biting on the hard motion fake there.
Head coach David Blazevich for Bonner. He's going to have to wait at least another week to get his first career win here at Bonner.
But definitely an impressive showing for his debut.
For sure, Younger gets through there. 3rd down coming up. His kids look disciplined. He's got a lot of seniors. This Bonner team's they're going to make a little bit of noise this year. They're good enough to finish in the top half of the Frontier League. They got a good athletic quarterback.
Big offensive line and a lot of two-way talent.
Paola just keeps chugging along. And remain undefeated against Bonner Springs in Coach Dumper era. Get to 6-0 all time. Coach Dumper just keeps his impressive career going on. Under 3 to play. 4th down and 5, and flag on the play here. Is it a encroachment? It is. So a killer by Bonner gives Paola an automatic 1st down. And it's going to give the Panthers a 1st and goal from the 10. Osborne, read option, keeps it himself, picks up around 7 yards. Osborne looking to lead a touchdown drive on his 1st appearance tonight.
Great patience from that young man, just kind of waiting for the blocks to develop and find that hole, picking up 7 yards there.
Hand it off to Younger, and it's Younger, and he's in. Touchdown, Paola. It's Clayton Younger, his 1st touchdown of the season. The sophomore running back had a nice, impressive showing there on that drive. And the Panthers up it to 41-13. McCoy to add on the extra point. He's 5 of 5 tonight. And the kick is blocked. So Bonner not quitting yet. Good push by the Braves line. Get their hands on that kick. 41-13. 2:06 remain. And for Paola, they're going to get to 1-0 on this season. Wasn't like last year in the 63-0. Bonner put up a fight, but Paola showed their might and ran away.
Absolutely. Again, last year we had a running clock early in the game. The game was practically over by halftime. Tonight, Bonner, a much different team, showing a lot of grit, a lot of resilience to hang with this Panther squad for the first probably 2.5 quarters. And then, again, the strength and the skill of Paola just overpowering Bonner Springs, and
absolutely
Panthers running away with it now.
Bonner had chances too to capitalize on opportunities. A few times they marched the length of the field but just couldn't score. Paola's defense really held up. You gotta like that. Bend but not break. Coy kick it off. Fielded here. They fake the reverse. And he's taken down. It's Christopher Lohas Fost with the tackle. So Lohas Fost getting in the action. We've seen a little bit of him on wide receiver tonight. Under 2 to go now, 41-13. Paola will have their first home game next week. So John and I will be on the call there. Friday night, 7 o'clock in Paola as they take on Spring Hill. For Bonner, they look to get Coach Blazevich his first career win in his era. So they go to Eudora next week. High snap here over the head. Bonner falls on it, and a flag here.
A little bit of an unfortunate flag there. As that early line. He kind of already started his tackle attempt before Smith fell on it and the whistle blew, but that's one of the things coaches hate to see, the personal foul penalties, but I don't think he's going to get too much grief for that one because
it wasn't intentional. It wasn't like.
I mean, and like I said, he was already in the motion, and when you've already committed, it's really hard to stop.
It's just one of those plays. Football has done whatever they can to protect their players on the field, especially with the hits to the head, and that's just an unfortunate play.
Yeah. Well, and the best part about it, though, is that immediately afterwards, early one popped up and was right there saying, "Hey, sorry, no hard feelings between him and Smith."
Yes, absolutely no bad blood there. Handed off, Parks goes through the middle before he is stuffed.
6-yard run by Peyton Parks is good for a Braves. First down.
He was younger there to make the stop. Younger in at that outside linebacker spot. Vincent Jones in at middle linebacker. And as they overthrow the receiver, and they're going to get a pass interference call on Paola.
Intended for Steinmack.
Looking for Steinmack. Call's going to be on Landon Taylor. Taylor Landon, excuse me. No, they're going to call pass interference on Bonner. I'm going to say Steinmack used his hands to push off.
And to be honest, I'm not certain that ball was catchable either way.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with you there. I thought it was just a clean play. On my perspective live, I just thought there should have been nothing there. But I thought for sure Paola was getting flagged for it.
Offensive pass interference against Bonner Springs. Second down at 25. 30-yard.
Second down in 25. Bonner's backed up. They throw it. It's caught here.
Smith's pass complete to Andrzejewski.
Getting Ramey there to make the stop.
Good for a gain of about 10 yards. Bring up second down at 15.
It's pickup of 10. Rolls right, looks, fires, has his receiver, and then a big hit. Hauled in by Trent Steinmack. He was taken down by Douglas Maxwell. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down for the Braves. Braves showing a little bit of fight here. To throw, finds his man. It's Ameo this time. Breaks a tackle down the sideline, and Ameo's going to take it for 6. Poor tackling by Paola, and Ameo takes it himself from 41 yards. And a nice little drive to end the night for Bonner.
Another thing, Coach Dumpert's going to be looking at film for that as well, because there was Paola was lucky to not get a 12-man on the field penalty because they're making the substitutions.
Smith rolls right. He's going to keep it himself. Dives for the pylon. And they're going to say he got it. He gets the 2-point conversion. Still a 3-touchdown game.
And with 57 seconds remaining.
41-21. But Bonner not quitting yet. Expect an onside kick to come, even with 57 seconds.
And even if the result of this game is already decided,
yes,
it's still good to take that live fire opportunity to work on plays. Work on the 2-minute drill. Work on your onside kick.
And it's a great momentum boost going into next week. They're going to have a tough game at Eudora, and any chance you can build momentum going into next week.
Got to take it.
Absolutely. It's a plus. If you're Paola, got to put your hands team out there. Expect for an onside kick. You cover it, you take 2 knees, and get out of here with the win. Hayden Hernandez set to kick.
6 Braves shaded to the near side.
And is also the backup QB. Set to onside it. And just pooches it out of bounds. Penalty. Not a very good kick there, but that's going to be all she wrote.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if that was the intent of that. I'm sure if, Hernandez just mishit it, but
yeah, no, I think he was wanting to more sky it higher and kick it short and try to get his guys down that 10 yards, but that's a tough play.
Hear the crowd counting on this side as the cheerleader doing herkies for points, and I've seen male cheerleaders do push-ups for points scored, but they got nothing on this young lady down here. It's 21 straight jumps with toe taps in the splits. I take that as a more impressive show of strength than push-ups any day.
Absolutely. That's pure athleticism right there. Osborne takes the knee.
Yeah, just like I said, a couple knees and head home. 1-0 on the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was an impressive showing by Paola. Kind of get your feet wet into the season. Their next game will be next Friday night. As for their home opener, Paola Sports Live will be back Thursday night for a soccer matchup at 6 o'clock. Paola will be taking on Tonganoxie. Tristan Jordan and I will be on the call. And John and I will be back next Friday night for Paola's home opener. Clock's going to run to 0. Panthers get to 1-0 on the season. They win it 41-21, but a lot of good things. Keep your head high if you're Bonner Springs. They played a pretty good game tonight. We'll take a break here, and then we'll get into our post-game show and wrap things up here in Bonner Springs. We'll be right back.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast, priced right, with plans starting at $34.95. No throttling, no tricks, more upload speed, and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley. It just works.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is the area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you place that faulty trimmer or mower, bring it to Hers and let their experts get you back to work. Hers also takes care of hydraulic hoses, cylinder reseal, and mechanical control cables, such as push-pull, brake, throttle, and more. Plus, they carry quality equipment like Bobcat mowers, Steiner tractors, grass trimmers, and more. Hers is even a UPS drop-off station. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net.
Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
So final score, 49-21. Paola gets the win here against Bonner Springs to get to 1-0 on the season. And John, a lot to hang your head high on tonight for Paola.
Yeah, Paola looked really solid throughout the night. A little bit slower start than I think Coach Dumbert would have liked from the squad. But, full credit to Bonner Springs on that. They were not the same team that Paola faced last year. All credit to the Panthers, though, for, recognizing that, kind of shifting gears a little bit and continuing to press. I think, my player of the game is number 44, Caden Ramey. You're coming in after an injury and just having a phenomenal game. Absolutely. 3 touchdowns, one of them a 38-yard run during the third quarter with tons of extra effort, yard after contact, just huge. That young man that's got some talent to, get good second option for Coach Jumper to have. And, again, we didn't hear Giovanni Blackie's name called as much as we would have expected, but, as we talked about, that's one of those things that after seeing the season he had last year, even if you don't have any film, as an opposing coach, you have to know that that's the man you've got to cover. That's the one person you got to take care of.
He's a guy who had 1,500 yards on the ground last year, 18 touchdowns. So we'll see him, get going in next week. And Caden Ramey had 2 touchdowns in the second half. Clayton Younger had one himself. We did see Leighton Moore go down, so hopefully they'll be able to get him back next week. And that was when Caden Ramey came in and he shined for the Panthers. He's our player of the game. For Paola Sports Live, as we wrap things up, we will be back Thursday night for a soccer matchup in Paola. Football, though, next week will be the home opener against Spring Hill. Jackson Mielman and John Roshkob on the call. It's been a fun night, and we'll see you Thursday.
All right. Everybody stay safe. Have a great Labor Day weekend.
Absolutely.
See you next Friday.
You've been watching Panther Athletics on Paola Sports Live. Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Learn more at gobrawley.com. Also by Elliott Group, Hers Incorporated, Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, Dr. Laura's Orthodontics, and Miami County Dance Movement. Thanks for watching, and be sure to catch every second of the action right here on your new home for the Panthers, Paola Sports Live.